Hey there! Have you ever wondered how farming could actually help fight climate change? Today, we're going to explore how we, as farmers, help. Stick around because we'll break down how it works, and more importantly, how it helps the planet. So, let's dive in and see how farmers can make a real difference. First things first, what is carbon sequestration? It's a fancy way of saying that we're pulling carbon dioxide, or CO2, out of the atmosphere and locking it into the soil, where it can stay for years. And plants, believe it or not, are key players in making this happen. Through photosynthesis, plants absorb CO2 from the air and convert it into organic matter. This organic matter is then transferred to the soil, enriching it and storing the carbon for long periods. This process not only helps reduce the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, but also improves soil health, making it more fertile and resilient. Normally, plants absorb CO2 during photosynthesis, but regenerative farming maximizes how much of that carbon gets stored in the soil, keeping it out of the atmosphere. This makes farming a powerful tool for fighting climate change. By enhancing soil health, regenerative practices ensure that more carbon is sequestered, reducing greenhouse gases and promoting a sustainable environment. So how does regenerative farming work? It involves a few key practices that enrich the soil, reduce erosion, and store more carbon. One foundational technique is cover cropping. Cover crops like legumes or grasses are grown between planting seasons. These plants protect the soil from erosion, keep it moist, and release organic matter, trapping carbon in the soil. They also suppress weeds, reducing the need for herbicides. The roots improve soil structure and water infiltration, preventing runoff and ensuring crops have moisture during dry periods. Additionally, legumes fix nitrogen, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers. By integrating cover cropping, farmers create a more resilient and sustainable agricultural system, benefiting both the environment and farm profitability. Next, we have no-till farming. This is a big one. Conventional tilling tears up the soil and releases stored carbon back into the atmosphere. But with no-till methods, we leave the soil undisturbed, keeping that carbon safely locked underground. By not disturbing the soil, we also promote better water retention and reduce erosion. This means healthier crops and a more resilient ecosystem. No-till farming is a crucial practice in regenerative agriculture, helping to fight climate change and ensure sustainable food production for future generations. And then there's crop rotation. By rotating different crops, farmers can naturally replenish soil nutrients, improve biodiversity, and, yep, you guessed it, store more carbon. On top of that, agroforestry integrates trees with crops and livestock, boosting biomass and carbon storage even further. This method not only enhances soil health, but also reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. The diversity of plants helps break pest cycles and supports a variety of wildlife, creating a more resilient ecosystem. By combining these practices, regenerative farming creates a sustainable and productive system that captures more carbon, combats climate change, and supports local communities. Why is soil so important? Healthy soils act like sponges, soaking up carbon. Increasing soil organic matter by just 1% can trap tons of carbon per acre. Imagine the impact if we could do this across millions of acres worldwide. The potential for carbon sequestration is enormous. Healthy soil is full of microorganisms that break down organic matter, storing carbon in stable forms for years. These microorganisms, including bacteria, fungi, and earthworms, decompose plant and animal residues, converting them into humus. This makes regenerative farming a game changer in fighting climate change. Practices like cover cropping, reduced tillage, and diverse crop rotations enhance soil health and boost its carbon storing capacity. This not only mitigates climate change, but also improves soil fertility, water retention, and resilience to extreme weather events. Healthy soils are the foundation of sustainable agriculture. Regenerative farming impacts climate change by storing more carbon in the soil, reducing CO2 in the atmosphere. Practices like cover cropping, crop rotation, and reduced tillage enhance soil health and sequester carbon. Healthier soils store more carbon, creating a positive feedback loop. Unlike conventional farming, which contributes to emissions, Regenerative farming reduces them. It emphasizes natural processes and biodiversity, cutting down on chemical inputs and fossil fuels, promoting a resilient agricultural system. Of course, regenerative farming isn't without its challenges. We need widespread adoption for it to have a major global impact. Plus, measuring exactly how much carbon is sequestered can be difficult, and results vary depending on the region and soil type. The variability in results can be a significant hurdle. Different regions and soil types respond differently to regenerative practices, making it hard to standardize measurements. But with greater support from governments, scientists, and farmers themselves, regenerative agriculture could become one of the most effective tools in combating climate change. Increased funding for research and incentives for farmers to adopt these practices are crucial. Education and community involvement also play a vital role. By sharing knowledge and resources, we can overcome these challenges and unlock the full potential of regenerative farming. The good news? Every farm that makes the switch to regenerative practices is contributing to a healthier planet. This is a farming revolution we can all get behind. Together, we can make a significant impact on climate change and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. Regenerative farming offers a bright future, not just for farmers, but for the entire planet. By taking care of the soil, we're taking care of the climate. If you want to learn more, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and join the conversation below. Every small action counts. Together, we can make a difference. Let's work towards a greener, healthier planet. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family.